Welcome to your Conscious Choices for Wellness podcast, hosted by B. Crutelli. This is a space for everyone to learn anything and everything related to healthy healing, including naturopathic medicine, music, dance, yoga, meditation, eco-fashion, mothering, and organic lifestyle choices. Topics for expanding universal consciousness. Come join me weekly as we delve in and begin this journey, sharing valuable content gathered over the past 3 decades, helping to support a healthier and more sustainable future for all. Hello and welcome, everyone. I am re-recording this episode a couple days late. I tried to do it yesterday, Monday, instead of on my usual Saturday, Sunday. We just came off of our long weekend celebrating MLK. I did not really want to recognize yesterday as being MLK Day since it was also Inauguration Day for the new presidency coming in 2025. And MLK Day, I just want to reinstate, is an acknowledgement of Martin Luther King's birthday, which is actually January 15th. In case y'all don't know that, January 15th is Martin Luther King's birthday, and I will always remember this because my son, Arik, also shares this day. And anyways, I do recognize that day, but I did not think it should have been shared with what happened yesterday. So I am mainly re-recording this episode that I did record yesterday, but I also had some background music on, which I needed to take off for a few different reasons. It didn't sound so great. It was just overlapping with my recording too much, and I thought I was going to be able to diminish the background sound, and it wasn't doing that like I wished that it would have. So I am needing to record the whole episode, and we are going to discuss hair health, and then I'm also going to give a music review to a concert I went to over the weekend. So let's get to it. Hair is obviously very important to most of us. Even animals adore their furry selves. We as humans spend endless money into trying to make our hair look more of the way that we want to feel good about, right? It really projects how we feel about ourselves. And I feel like it's a very important aspect of how we perceive ourselves into the world and how we feel about ourselves. There's so much involved into every single strand of hair than we think, right? And we don't need to be thinking about this, but every single strand of hair has its very own hair follicle extending into the middle layer, which is our dermis, our main layer of skin. And then some of them even reaching into the third, which is our deepest layer of skin called our hypodermal layer. At the bottom of these hair follicles is a hair bulb. And this is where the blood vessels are connected into the follicle to feed in the nutrients and oxygen that we need for our hair to be healthy. This fresh supply of nutrients and oxygen helps our hair cells divide and push upward, gradually hardening to form what will become a hair. So our hair is constantly replenishing, it's constantly falling out and new hair is growing, and it's just this constant cycle, right? And it all really depends on what's going on inside our bodies. The hair shape and color is also determined by this bulb. So here, specific cells called melanocytes make the pigment called melanin. Also, we know this happens in our skin and the way our skin looks, our melanin and the color of it. This also gives our hair its color. The shape of hair is determined by the shape of our hair follicle. I didn't know that. That was something I learned. I was like, so that means, however our hair is shaped, wavy, curly, straight, that is determined by the shape of the actual follicle that it's coming out of. Within your hair follicle is also a sebaceous gland where your hair oil, called sebum, is created. And this is the oil that keeps our hair hydrated. We either have overproduction or maybe a balanced production or not enough production of this. And that is how we can feel how hydrated our hair is. Hair growth cycle is highly affected by various hormones. Increased levels of cortisol, which is our main stress hormone, can negatively impact the function and cycle regulation of our hair follicles. So cortisol hormone, that really affects everything in the body. I'm not going to go into that, but of course, it's also affecting how our hair is growing. This is part of the reason that hair health is affected when we are stressed out. Hormones are chemical messengers within our body responsible for sending signals between your body's systems and regulating the cells within. Hormones have a major impact on the hair cycle and hair follicle structure, with many hormones controlling hair growth, cycle, and density. Androgen hormones like DHEA and testosterone, for example, are the main regulators of human hair follicles. Foti, this is an herb, aka Hoshiwu, is known for regulating your entire bodily system, used for longevity, balancing hormones like testosterone, and may increase estrogen. Foti is a highly revered herb in TCM, aka traditional Chinese medicine, which is one of the most ancient forms of medicine that is in the universe. So the Chinese know Foti to be very important. It's a longevity herb. It's used for balancing our hormones later in life. It's a great anti-aging herb. It will help your hair actually keep its color and not turn silver as quickly. I have a couple of girlfriends, and I've taken it before too. I'm not taking it right now, actually, and maybe I'll start taking it again. But I have a couple of girlfriends in the supplement industry who take this herb, and they're just slightly older than I am, and they have beautiful natural hair color. They have hardly any silver at all. So on that note, you may want to start taking this herb, Foti. It's Foti, also known as Hoshiwu. Estrogen affects the growth cycle of your hair, the health of your scalp and its follicles, as well as the natural oils that keep your hair smooth and lustrous. So keeping our estrogen balanced is very important for hair health as well. Thyroid hormones can disrupt the hair growth cycle if levels go too far above or below their normal ranges. So thyroxine is our main thyroid hormone, and we want to keep that balanced as well. So keeping, our thyroid in check, eating sustainably caught wild seafood, seaweed, sea vegetables, and selenium-rich foods like Brazil nuts and free-range chicken eggs, as well as ashwagandha herb, will also keep your thyroid gland balanced and healthy. Avoiding chemicals inside and out will definitely show in your hair health. Many mainstream products for the hair contain harmfully harsh ingredients like parabens, sulfates, silicones, and phthalates, which are currently under investigation for how they affect hormones in the body. They've been under investigation for years. I don't know why it's that difficult. I think it's just the chemical industry, big money corporations, feeding into our FDA and, keeping these things hidden. They are not fully acknowledged in the US ingredient list because they're hidden behind words like fragrance that pass through, but they are banned in countries like Canada. Other harmful hair ingredients include alcohols, chemical dyes, or added fragrances. These products may actually be working against the care of your hair. A healthy scalp is clean and hydrated with good blood circulation and balanced oil production. Signs that your scalp is struggling include inflammation, itchiness, and flaking like dandruff. That's when your scalp is really out of balance. Or if it even starts to feel a little irritated and itchy, dry, that's because it's, out of balance. So there are many healthy options known for balancing scalp issues, whether you want to do a DIY or buy one, like scalp massage with nourishing hair. Scalp oils are an amazing way to nourish on contact. One of my favorite single combos is from Banyan Herbs. It's called Binjaraj. It's an herb. Is so well known for its affinity with the head and hair that it is often known as the king of hair. Its Sanskrit name is Kesharaja. Kesharaja, I love saying words that you don't normally say, which means king of the hair. Does things like cools and nourishes. It soothes excess heat at the root and encourages a healthy, lustrous mane, especially when combined with the deeply replenishing qualities of sesame oil. So this herb is infused into sesame oil, which is also very balancing. It's a tridoshic oil, meaning that it's good for all doshas, pitta, vata, and kapha. Doshas are in Ayurvedic medicine your constitutional type. So all of us have these different doshas, and we're usually more one than another. Some of us are kind of all three. I tend to be, but that can change over time. So this hair oil, because it's so rejuvenating for the hair, it's soothing to the skin, calming the mind, and also promotes better sleep. It's an amazing herbal oil that helps healthy hair growth, promotes natural hair color and luster, supports a calm mind, healthy skin, and a clear complexion. It also is particularly addresses pitta imbalance, which is more heat and fire. And if you are more prone to skin conditions like eczema, psoriasis, where there's irritation involved on the skin, maybe you get more burning issues on the skin, or internally in your stomach gets more prone to burning with certain foods, then you might have more pitta in your body. And this herb is especially good for that. It's often at the root of hair issues such as premature graying and hair loss as well. So this is a really good herbal oil for that. And there's also another oil that Banyan makes called the Healthy Hair Oil. This one looks really awesome. This is something that you would use more on the hair, but I'm sure it could be on the scalp as well. The other one was more of like a scalp massaging oil, but this one has amazing additions of cabbage leaf flower, gotu kola, hibiscus, and amla berry. And I know that these are all very, very good for the hair and the scalp. I was going to make a hair oil once with amla berry and gotu kola, but I never got around to it. And this is a reminder. Maybe I should just buy this oil. Some minerals and vitamins that are really good. I didn't add biotin to this blog, but I wanted to mention biotin because biotin is something, it's a B vitamin. I think it's actually B9. I hope I'm right. And it's very good for hair loss. It actually, you'll notice pretty quickly by adding biotin to your diet. I get a liquid one that I love. It tastes really good. And I'll put a link to that in the show notes of which one that is specifically. But I just take maybe 10 drops a day. And pretty immediately, within a few days, I noticed my hair is not coming out as much, because sometimes you can get to a point in life where your hair is just starting to fall out a lot. And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm losing all my hair. That's happened to me, where I don't have as much hair as I used to. And when it first starts happening, it can be pretty scary. So biotin will help that. Silica is a mineral that is found in high amounts in a fern-like plant, horsetail, also known as shave grass. Horsetail grows a lot in the area I live in the Bay. It likes to grow near water. It's like a little bamboo type shoot of a plant. It grows around ferns. It is also involved in collagen synthesis, bone formation, and mineralization in the bones, the teeth, the hair. It really just makes things stronger. If you think about that, it's a strengthening herb, and it's because it's got such high amounts of silica, which really helps to strengthen the skeletal system. So horsetail is very nice for this. It has a good amount of antioxidants, making this herb a good choice for healthy hair and whole body support. The bottom line is consuming a healthy, mineral-rich diet, oxygenated water and air. That means good, clean water that has oxygen, a healthy amount of oxygen in it, not polluted air. You want to make sure you're getting fresh air and being able to breathe in clean air daily. Quality grass-fed protein with collagen, avoiding environmental pollution and toxic products, and of course, getting adequate sleep and exercise will all play a role in aiding healthy hair, not to mention skin radiance and overall well-being. So next, I want to segue into a totally different topic, and I want to give a shout out to an amazing artist who I'm grateful to have seen live on Saturday night in San Francisco at the infamous August Hall. She has a unique way in creating music, expressing herself in dance and many other art forms as she's making her songs. Her name is June Marizi. I hope I'm saying your name right, June. Also known by her stage name, which is Symbols. There's like 3 parentheses surrounding an O. It's an impronounceable name. And she's a Filipino-American singer-songwriter. And she is just very unique in her artistic expression. I love that, artists are coming out and being different and really just living in their authenticity here on earth. And they are just beautiful. Her voice is absolutely beautiful. And she makes all her own, music and sings and creates art as she's making her music. She also collabs with some other amazing artists like FKJ. Her performance was like none other. I can see her work growing into something outstandingly astonishing, inspiring the broader public in the future. Her following on Spotify is where she's mostly being noticed, with over 1.5 million or around 1.5 million followers there. 5 albums displayed as the 3 parentheses around 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 since 2019. I'll post a link to her short documentary on YouTube from The Sundrop Garden project. That's her website, The Sundrop Garden. And on my Substack here, I put a photo that I took at the end of the show. It was during her encore song, Vibin' Out, which she played after she did a mini album 5 DJ set, she called it. And that was after she crowd dove into the audience during her ecstatically healing song, Nature's Joint. Big shout out to her. She's one of my favorite artists right now. And I would highly recommend seeing her if you can. She's still on tour in the US for maybe the next month or so. So thank you so much. I'm glad I re-recorded this without the music that was not sounding right yesterday when I did it, and no music on this one. I would love to have music in the background, but that will be for another time when I can figure out how to do that better. I love you all. We are in amazing times right now. Please try to stay strong. Let's work together and really live in our authenticity, giving our gifts to the world, helping one another. Please give me a 5-star rating on Spotify or wherever you're listening. I would greatly appreciate it so I can keep this podcast building and try to put one out every week on different topics on wellness. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. Love and appreciate you. Peace. Thank you all so very much for listening today. I genuinely hope that you learned something, and I invite you to join me each week so you never miss a conscious wellness beat. This podcast holds a special place in my heart dedicated to my evolution here, my passionate mission to spread more consciousness for the much needed wellness on Earth. Come join me as a guest as well. Let's collaborate, making change for future generations.